It's Debatable here on MLBBro.com.
Big ups to MLB Bro, Giancarlo Stanton, 400 home runs. It was like the fourth best time anybody had ever done it in the history of the league. I mean, to me, he's trending towards punching his ticket to Cooperstown.
Yeah, good numbers, but no. I mean, honestly, Stanton, Stanton's career has been a little bit of a disappointment. And listen, it's not his fault, but he just can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. I mean, look at what his numbers would be if he played, I forget 162, if he played more than 150 games. Look at what his career would be, but he just can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. And part of your greatness is availability. Your best ability is availability. If I can't depend on you, if I can't truthfully and honestly say, hey, I am going to get Giancarlo Stanton for 150 games, 140 games. I just can't put a guy like that in the Hall of Fame. Great numbers. When he plays, he is a Hall of Famer. I don't think anybody debates that. When he plays and he is playing to his capabilities, he is a Hall of Famer. The problem is he just doesn't play.
Yeah, but how many guys are in the Hall of Fame right now that got there because they won the Hare and the Tortoise title? They did it on bad, mediocre teams. They did it over the extended period of time. The numbers overlook or inflate the absence of the fact that what they do in the clutch, what they do in the big moment, and I want to see some of that. I mean, there's a certain look to a Hall of Famer, and I guess you would have to say that Giancarlo Stanton has that look. But there are a ton of guys, and I don't want to disparage anybody who's in Cooperstown by name, but there are a ton of guys, especially here recently, that passed some statistical tests but didn't pass the eye.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's far-fetched. I mean, I think we both are saying the same thing. I think Giancarlo Stanton definitely looks like a Hall of Famer. He's had a tremendous career when you think about the fact that he's missed so many games. But the fact is he's missed a lot of games, and there's been bouts of inconsistencies in his career because he hasn't played. And I think that's the problem when you can't consistently rely on him for, look at what he's done this year so far. I mean, I know he hit his 400th home run, but this year hasn't been a great year. Last year, bouts of injuries. I mean, ever since okay, I'll say this. If you were to stop his career with the Marlins, then yeah, maybe then we have more of a stronger case. But ever since he's been with the Yankees, it's just been injury after injury, bouts of inconsistency, injuries. I mean, that's not a Hall of Fame career, if you ask me.
And I mean, judging by the standards of today, and most recently, the liberal way that the Hall of Fame voters are going,
that's true.
You can't put the people into the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds.
Well, here's the thing. He's young enough still. He still has an opportunity to write that story. I mean, I'm not saying the guy has to play 162, but can I get 140? Can I get if you tell me for the next 3 to 5 years, I am getting 135 to 145 games from Giancarlo Stanton, I definitely think he could put up Hall of Fame numbers, and I definitely think he could play.
This conversation because it's meaningless. I mean, he'll hit 550, 600 home runs. Normally, if you're, steroid clean and you get to that 600 mark, especially when you've had,
well, that's the thing too. That's the thing too, though. 500 home runs now. 500 home runs now isn't the same thing that's being looked at the same way as was back in the day. Even 10, 15 years ago.
600? Think about
that's if he gets to 600. I don't know. That's asking for a lot for him to get to 600 at his pace, at the way he plays the game, which is very sporadically.
Maybe he can find Fountain of Youth somewhere on the Hudson River.
Man, there's a lot of bodies in that. There's a lot of bodies in the Hudson River. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It'll be the fountain of something, just not other youths.
It'll be the fountain of something. Maybe the fountain of Costa Nostra, not the fountain of youth, for sure.
All right, for the Man Ram, it's your boy, the MLB OG, Mark Gray. We out.
For more right now, go to MLBBro.com.